Michigan State, number 31, Jay Vincent. A rookie forward guard from Washington, number 32, Detlef Schrempf. A rookie center from Indiana, number 33, Uwe Blad. And a rookie guard from Santa Clara, number 43, Harold Keeling. Now the starting lineup for the Mavericks. At forward in his 5th year for Nepal, number 24, Mark AGUIRRE. At forward in his 2nd year from North Carolina, number 41, Sam Perkins. At center in his 6th year from Washington State, number 40, James Donaldson. At guard in his 3rd year from Illinois, number 12, Derek Harper. And at guard in his 5th year from Kansas State, number 22, Rolando Blackman. The head coach of the Mavericks is Dick Motta.
Well, I guarantee you the 17,007, dubbed in the newspapers as the reunion rowdies, are definitely ready. The noise level is cranked up. The addition of Jack Nicholson does give it a Hollywood flair. The Mavericks win the tip, and Mark AGUIRRE takes it straight to the hole and gets things cranked up early for the Mavericks.
Same matchups as you've seen in this series. Harper on Johnson and Blackman covering Scott, and Kareem hooking over Donaldson. We've seen that also.
They immediately go low to Kareem. The Laker bench responds with a standing ovation as JABBAR, with the sky hook along the baseline, deadlocks it at 2. You see Byron Scott on Blackman. AGUIRRE being covered by Rambis, gives it up to Perkins, being tightly checked by James Worthy. Now AGUIRRE in the low post, has the double team. Mavericks move the ball. Shot clock is down to 4. Donaldson underneath with 2-1. Shot clock runs out, but the ball will go over to the Lakers anyway. Magic Johnson had picked it up off the floor. So the Mavericks with a 24-second violation, and the Lakers have a chance for their first lead.
Did you see the Lakers switching defense? Kareem jumped out on a guard. Nobody is free from serving your due with the Laker offense and defense. And boy, Kareem with the left side again.
That time, Donaldson, expecting the sky hook, allowed JABBAR to go to the left and get the layup, but Perkins with the perimeter jumper deadlocks it at 4.
Again, Laker-type ball hurrying down the floor before the Laker defense would set up.
Scott, Blackman right on him, and they say that Byron Scott shuffles his feet. So good defense by Blackman thwarts the Lakers and causes them to turn it over for the first time this evening. And the Mavericks do slow it up on this possession.
The 2 Maverick baskets are an open floor situation. Here's the 2nd time they've come down in a set offensive look.
Blackman with the jumper from the foul line. Rambis with the board. He's the 2nd best rebounder on this LA team to Maurice Lucas, who leads the Lakers in boards but doesn't start. Worthy puts it on the floor. Magic just inside the 3-point stripe. JABBAR got a hand on it, but a loose ball foul is going to be called against James Donaldson. And the Lakers will have it with a new 24. So James Donaldson being tested early this evening by Kareem. Magic down low, gets by Harper. One of the many advantages that Magic Johnson has at 6'9". He's such a tough defensive assignment for Derek Harper as the Mavericks have trouble in the backcourt. A 5-inch height disadvantage for Harper trying to cover Magic. And here's Perkins to AGUIRRE. Drifts outside with Rambis, who will get called for the foul. Kurt Rambis, in my opinion, Norm, maybe understands his role on a basketball team about as well as anybody.
On this club, Kurt understands he's not to shoot the ball unless he has a layup, and it's reflected in his shooting percentage. He's shooting 59% for his career in the playoffs. He's the leading rebounder against Dallas this year, the 2nd leading rebounder in the playoffs for the Lakers. And yet, Alan, you go on the street and ask people the value of Kurt Rambis, and people still don't think he's any good.
Boy, he fits in perfectly here because he is willing to take a subordinate role. Boy, AGUIRRE really struggling from the stripe. That's now 7 out of his last 15 in the playoffs.
And you notice the dirty job they assign Rambis?
Stay with AGUIRRE.
That's right. They don't want any of the stars to get in foul trouble. They feel that, in effect, Rambis is a disposable player.
At the other end, Mark stays with Rambis, and Aguirre's job is just to keep Rambis off the offensive boards. Illegal defense call against the Mavericks as Aguirre, once again, not shadowing Rambis, got into the paint, not covering anyone in the opinion of official Hugh Holland. So the Mavericks with the warning. And the Lakers with a 1-point lead in the ball. And again, they go to Kareem. This looks like down the stretch on Wednesday night.
He makes it look so easy.
He has 6 of the first 8 for the Lakers, who have their largest lead at 3. Donaldson low against JABBAR, who leans on him. And a foul is going to be called, an illegal defense call. Against the Lakers, it goes against Rambis and came before the shot attempt by Donaldson. So the Mavericks will inbound it with a new 24. Now both teams have been warned.
I don't believe it, but I think Dallas just ran a post-up play for James Donaldson.
Hard to believe if they did. Blackman can't finish off the drive, and Kareem is there for the board. Magic motors into the front court. Lakers haven't been able to crank up the running game yet, but they have gotten JABBAR going. And here's Worthy with his first shot attempt. And Sam Perkins is there for the board. And now the Mavericks will run. Harper gives it off to Donaldson, who leaves it back for Aguirre, who barely saves it. Now works in a mismatch against Byron Scott. And another illegal defense called against the Lakers, who got caught switching. And Rambis gets called again, and that will be the technical. And Dallas will get the free throw and the ball. That was Kurt Rambis's man, Aguirre, who was being covered by Scott. And Rambis did not rotate and pick up anyone else.
The Mavericks motion offense, the Lakers combat it by switching. But what they hope to get away with is they'll switch, and then Rambis won't switch on to anyone. He'll go into the middle and play a one-man zone, but Hollins himself has made both calls. He's picked up Rambis's one-man zone.
Mavericks trail by 2. First point of the game for Blackman, who has to go in the back court to retrieve the ball. Aguirre down low, beats double team coverage, can't get the layup, but does get the offensive board. So Aguirre with 5 of the Mavericks' first 8. 8.5 minutes still to go in the initial stanza. And again, the Lakers will dump it low to the man they call Cap. And again, JABBAR just takes it to the hole, and he is schooling Donaldson early. Harper the other way gives it up to Aguirre. Mavericks pick up the pace but don't connect.
But that was a good possession for Dallas. They ran it down. They got an open shot in an open floor situation.
But did you notice JABBAR, who scored at one end, got down and played defense at the other? That isn't what Dallas was counting on. Perkins will save it. And the Mavericks look to get even. Again, they get it to Aguirre. Over Rambis. Marks got the touch early after a game-high 28 on Wednesday, despite the fact he fouled out with 5.5 minutes to go. He's got 7 of the first 10 for Dallas, and we have our 4th tie already. JABBAR off-balance jumper, Aguirre with position. They forced Kareem away from the skyhook that time.
Dallas hurrying down, trying to get the unset Laker defense into man-for-man, and they got it again. Allen, that's 5 times they've hurried down the floor before the Lakers could set up, and they got 4 baskets.
Magic set shot boarded by Donaldson. 2-on-1 for the Mavericks. Aguirre gives it up to Harper, who glides in. Mavericks lead it by 4. And they've set up James Donaldson a couple of times offensively this evening. Donaldson, who has less shot attempts by 32 of any of the Maverick starters. And the noise level starts to increase. Scott is fouled. And it is so loud that no one hears the whistle.
The foul was committed against Scott. That was almost a 3-point play. Dallas very fortunate that Scott's jumper caught the spur.
You're watching Team Day, the greatest moments of the Dallas Mavericks on NBA TV.
Nicholson is courtside this evening, and there he is, former Academy Award-winning actor. And everybody in Reunion Arena quite aware of his presence this evening.
Everybody, in fact, even the Laker announcers have gotten into the act. Chick Hearn and Keith Erickson are each wearing their gifted Jack Nicholson glasses tonight, too.
As Byron Scott will shoot free throws. And it's a 3-point game after the first one, but very surprising, Norm. Dallas running plays for James Donaldson early, and that has certainly not been the fact in the entirety of the playoffs. Scott makes 1 of 2.
That's only the second free throw Byron Scott has missed in the entire playoffs. He's now 20 of 22.
Mark Aguirre out front. They get the screen for Blackman, who drowns the jumper. Mavericks' largest lead is now at 5. Both teams shooting the ball well. At the last time out, Dallas 6 of 10, Lakers 5 for 9, and Byron Scott gets a screen almost identical to the play run for Rolando Blackman.
I swear it's the same play. Either Dick Motta saw the Lakers run that play 12 years ago, or the Lakers saw Dick run it 12 years ago.
Harper will launch. Short, but Aguirre. Ball comes right to him. He can't get it to go in off the glass, and Rambis gets it to Magic. Into the front court in a hurry, but the jumper won't go. But Byron Scott on the offensive glass. Whistle blown out front, and a foul called on Rolando Blackman. Boy, it continues to be so loud in here. The players are not hearing the whistles, and we're having quite a bit of play after the fouls have been called. Third team foul against Dallas. Lakers pushed outside the 3-point line. Now get it low to JABBAR.
Oh.
Another skyhook, and JABBAR in double figures already with 10.
At this rate, he scores 80. True. 10 points in 6 minutes.
Be one of the few things you've probably never seen Kareem do. Blackman misses. Mavericks keep it.
That's something that didn't happen at Dallas much, but that's something that did happen to him a lot of key times the other night.
Ball being kicked around. Nobody's claimed it yet. And finally, again, Jack Madden whistle blown, and the players didn't hear it. And Sam Perkins was kicked hard in the backcourt, and he is very slow to get to his feet. Meanwhile, the Lakers make the first substitution of the game. Michael Cooper in for Kurt Rambis.
What Madden called was Scott stepping on the line and then making contact with the ball.
So the Lakers go with the 3-guard look early of Scott, Johnson, and Cooper. And Blackman continues to operate against Byron Scott. Has trouble finding a handle on the ball. Magic Johnson towards him. But Dallas retains possession with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Mavericks very fortunate. Rolando Blackman double dribbled there. As he was dribbling, it brushed his leg, and he kept dribbling. That is a double dribble technically.
Harper. Fall away jumper goes for Derek Harper. And the lead is pushed back to 3. Cooper, who has been red hot from 3-point range, looked at it for a minute, but then passed it up. And Worthy, who continues not to have scored in the ball game, misses here again. And here's Harper. Worthy with the board. Scott. 1-on-3 fast break, and Byron Scott will go to the line again. Foul is on Sam Perkins.
We are 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first quarter. This is the first time in the basketball game that anyone besides Magic Johnson brought the ball across half court for LA.
And Scott has been effective early with 3 points, but his second trip to the foul line, and he's their second leading scorer here in the playoffs at 19.6. And shooting 54%. He had a game in the regular season against the Mavericks where he was 10 for 10 from the field.
You see the 54.2%? That's 10th best on the Lakers in the playoffs. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, they're shooting a cool 58% as a team in their 5 playoff games so far. It's a 1-point game again after the 2 Byron Scott free throws. Here's Harper working against Magic. Gets it low to Aguirre. Has the double team, so he goes back outside to Harper, who burns the net for his 3rd hoop of the period. And Harper, who's averaging 11.5 in the playoffs, up to 6.
We may be seeing the making of Derek Harper. That 19-point, 16-assist game the other night was a thing of beauty.
Cooper wide open.
Oh, my. Oh, he missed it.
Can't finish it off, and there's Sam Perkins with another rebound. Harper into the front court. The pace continues frenetic. Perkins will drive around Worthy. Perkins up to 4. Maverick lead has tied their game high 5. And the Mavericks screaming that Perkins was fouled. Cooper will put up the three. Donaldson with the rebound to Harper, who is fouled by Byron Scott. And that's only the second foul against the Lakers. Mavericks will sub Dale Ellis into the game for Rolando Blackman. So Ellis is the first player off the bench, but at a guard spot.
One of the keys to the Lakers to get on them early. As you can see, Boston ahead of Atlanta at the half. The Lakers this year, when they lead after one quarter, are 46-4 playoffs and regular season. When they trail, they're still not bad, 23-14, but you have a much better chance against this club if you get after them early.
Shot clock becoming a problem for the Mavericks. It's down to 5. Aguirre turns on Maurice Lucas. And Aguirre now up to 9. And he is on early and doing that damage from the low post.
Delay of game warning against Bob Weiss?
Yeah, Bob Weiss. Mavericks are still upset on the drive by Sam Perkins a few moments ago that a foul wasn't called on James Worthy. And here's Kareem again inside of Donaldson, and he is just mastery in motion. 12 points for Jabbar.
This is not a knock on James Donaldson. Kareem makes it look like no one's covering him.
Magic with the kick will give the Mavericks a new 24 as he's pressuring Dale Ellis out front.
It's like the Green Bay Packers. They only had about 10 plays. Just go ahead and stop them.
But realize that Donaldson's got some foul difficulty now. He gets one more, it's up to 3. Then the Mavericks really have got some problems. Ellis with the try for the 3 in and out. So Ellis and Cooper have been so hot in that department. Dale coming in 7 for 11. Have both missed. There's Lucas out front. And again they go to Kareem. Kareem facing the basket. Now puts it on the floor. Left-handed. Perkins with the rebound. Cooper goes for the steal. And the Mavericks again will look to build it back to 7. Perkins out front. Jabbar skies for the board, and here's Magic. Lakers have not been able to run the transition today, and again Magic has to give it up, go back out front. The Mavericks are taking the Lakers out of their game again this evening.
It's a switch here. Aguirre's caught on Johnson and Perkins on Worthy, and Worthy just takes it right to the hole, as he's done fairly consistently in this series.
But only his first points of this game. He comes in averaging 19 even for the playoffs and shooting 61%. The Lakers are back to within 3, and we're under a minute and a half to go in the quarter. Harper now being covered by Michael Cooper. Gets it low to Donaldson. Kareem leans on him big time. Harper in and out. Magic will again look to crank it up. In the open court to Worthy. Jackknifes inside. Ball comes free. And Aguirre comes away with it. Perkins gives it up to Donaldson inside. And what appeared to be a Laker fast break going one way becomes a Maverick transition the other, and the Maverick lead is at 5.
Worthy still hot. As they came back down the floor, he was yelling at the officials. Now he barks again at Jack Madden.
Jabbar just loses Donaldson. And that's obviously good news because Kareem's got 14, but it also shows you how little the Lakers have been able to fast break, in that he has all but 9 of their points this quarter.
Travel on Harper. Good defensive play by Cooper. What happened there was, as Harper terminated his dribble, the Lakers have so well scouted Dallas, Cooper jumped right in front of the man you make the normal pass to.
And Jay Vincent checks in for the first time tonight as the Mavericks turn it over for their second time. And we're down under 30 seconds in the period. Magic drives around Ellis. Stuffed out of bounds by Donaldson. And it'll be interesting when the Mavericks get the ball back to see if Jay Vincent can get involved offensively. Kareem again. Puts it on the floor. Vincent with position for the rebound. Mavericks will play for the last shot of the quarter, which has 13 ticks to go.
What would be nice here is if Dallas could arrange for Vincent to take the quarter-ending shot and make it. That'd be great.
Jay drives. Ellis fights for the ball, knocks it out of bounds. Lakers with 1 second left. Get it to Magic, who turns, throws it up court to no avail. And the first quarter comes to an end with the Mavericks on top by 3 points. To slip in the answer to tonight's trivia question, which had to do with Michael Jordan scoring an NBA playoff record 63 points last month. And whose record did he break? Former Laker Elgin Baylor, who scored 61 points in a playoff game April 14th, 1962, and coincidentally also set the record at the Boston Garden. And the winner was A.H. Jackson from Arlington. He was the first caller. Got to do better on those trivia questions, guys. Make them work. Lakers with the ball to start the second period. Bill Winnington and Detlef Schrempf into the game for the Mavericks. Byron Scott has returned for the Lakers, who also sub in AC Green for the first time tonight. Lucas goes to work on the rookie from St. John. Short hook is no good, but AC Green on the offensive glass gets his first points of the playoff series.
This is an interesting period of the game. Kareem and Magic to the bench. This is where the Lakers go to a much more wide open offense where anyone can shoot, and this is where Worthy usually starts.
Mavericks move the ball to Winnington. Shot clock is under 10. Bill goes up strong with an air ball, though, and AC Green is there for the board. The Lakers can take the lead, and here's Cooper all the way.
But it was a strong air ball, Allen.
Well, he went up strong. He looked good until you saw where the ball was going. So now the Mavericks trail after having led by as many as 7. Swing it to Harper. Covered by James Worthy? I guess so. Now Winnington out front, bothered by Lucas. Again, the shot clock is a problem, and Derek pulls the trigger. Loose ball foul is going to go against Maurice Lucas. What is interesting, Norm, is that while each team is going to the bench, as Derek Harper remains on the floor, and Brad Davis, who has not played but 15 minutes in the first 2 games, not yet into the game tonight.
Quickly, the Mavericks have gotten Perkins in for Winnington.
Ellis turns on Byron Scott. Will try to keep it alive and does in the corner.
Dallas looks lost offensively right here. They look a little discombobulated, and the Lakers, realizing it, are overplaying almost everything.
Well, you realize how much trouble the Mavericks are having just getting inside the perimeter. Look at Worthy bumping with Schrempf, and will get called for the foul. The Lakers are definitely taking it to the Mavericks defensively. It's cost them 2 fouls, but they obviously think they can muscle this group. Dale Ellis is now out of the game, and Rolando Blackman has returned, so the Mavericks are shuffling the deck fast and furious here in this quarter.
Right here, I'd have a tendency to go to Perkins with the ball. He is quicker than Maurice Lucas.
That's going to be a loose ball foul on Sam Perkins. His second, the first against the Mavericks this quarter. Dallas shot 50% in the first period to 45% for the Lakers, and controlled the boards 12-10, though Jabbar led all rebounders with 5 to go along with his game-high 14 points. Not a bad quarter when you're 39 years old.
Not a bad quarter when you're 22.
Lucas still can't connect, and Schrempf fighting for the board, which comes down to Worthy, who lays it in.
Let's see if this time down the floor Dallas tries to get the Perkins matchup, and Byron Scott almost becomes part of our announcing team.
Well, the Lakers in trouble, and you wonder what the Maverick coaching staff is thinking about with this group on the floor, which is not a group that normally plays together, and struggling. It's now 8 straight points for LA. Schrempf looks to drive on Worthy and turns the ball over. Detlef travels with the ball, so there's another rookie making a key mistake, and the Lakers can now build it up to a 5-point spread.
Remember this little stretch of the game from late in the first quarter to right now 2.5 minutes deep in the second, and there's Worthy starring again. They go inside to Scott with the pass from Worthy.
Scott scores and is fouled by Blackman, his second. And boy, the Mavericks in a big-time funk as Mark Aguirre will check back in. Mavericks obviously trying to gimmick something to start this quarter, but with disastrous results.
Alan, can you picture a team? I know Magic's on the bench, and he's ultra quick. But can you picture a 5-man team that's quicker than this in the NBA that plays regularly as a unit? Look at that. Lucas, Worthy, Green, Cooper, and Scott. My goodness, there's a lot of quickness on the floor for LA.
Boy, Dick Motta with a very quick hook for his rookies. First Bill Winnington and now Detlef Schrempf out of the ball game. Blackman and Aguirre return.
Look at the Lakers using that quickness, leaping all over the floor, double teaming, pressing the ball.
And the Mavericks trying to keep moving it. Blackman with the open perimeter shot can't hit. Blackman gets the offensive board. Maurice Lucas, very active underneath, tips it to AC Green. No whistles. And now the Lakers look to stretch it to an 8-point lead.
In the playoffs, though, you're not going to get calls like that. They're going to let a little contact go.
Worthy facing the basket against Aguirre. And Worthy now up to 6. And boy, it's gotten to be a 12-point run now for the Lakers.
Notice the role reversal we talked about at the start of this quarter, though. With Kareem and Magic on the bench, who takes over? Sir James.
Yep. Aguirre against Lucas. Mark goes into double figures, the first Maverick player to do so. He's up to 11, and Dallas finally breaks the run and scores for the first time this quarter at the 8:25 mark.
Can you imagine how good Pat Riley feels? He's resting Kareem and he's resting Magic, and he's come from 3 down to 6 up.
Double team on Michael Cooper, and eventually the Mavericks force him to turn it over to Aguirre. Mark, a one-man possession, gives it up to Harper. And Derek Harper up to 8. So he and Aguirre have 19 of the Mavericks' 30. Derek has played the entirety of this half. And along with James Worthy, the only players to do so. Worthy again faces the basket. Green tries to keep it alive, but Harper comes away with the board. The Mavericks in the break. Perkins fouled with authority by Byron Scott, who picks up his second in the third of the period against LA. Brad Davis subs in for the first time tonight.
I was just about to say, here's a matchup coming in that Dick Motta can't be very happy with. As you see Scott's foul on Perkins, he now has Davis on the floor, faced with having to cover either Scott or Johnson, and I don't think Dick Motta likes that arrangement.
And Kareem comes back in to be followed quickly by James Donaldson. Jay Vincent will sit down.
And again, we've seen about 6 minutes from Jay. No points, 1 shot, 1 rebound. Dallas must get more from him. When Mark Aguirre goes off the floor, they've just got to get some points inside from Jay Vincent.
I think the Mavericks have gotten Pat Riley's attention, though, because he's got Kareem back in there pretty quick this period, and Kareem usually sits down for a lot longer periods of time than this. As you see Riley in front of his bench, his team lead is now down to 2.
Well, you got to play Kareem about 9 minutes a night at San Antonio, so Kareem ought to be fit anyway.
Cooper misses another 3-pointer. Michael was 6 for 8 coming in from 3-point range, but he's 0 for 2 this evening. Mavericks look to get even, and Aguirre will do so. And again, the Mavericks get into their offense quickly and beat the Lakers down the court.
Credit Brad Davis. Dynamite pass inside where Aguirre had him one-on-one.
And Aguirre seems headed for another huge evening tonight. Scott can't connect. Donaldson tips the ball out of bounds. And the Lakers will retain possession.
Growing up in Indiana, you knew the game of basketball. Now that's what you knew. I wanted.
Mavericks don't have a point off the bench yet. Lakers only have 4. And here's Kareem.
Oh.
Need we describe? Points number 16 for Jabbar.
Yeah, but how do you stop it?
You've got to try to deny him the ball. I know it sounds awfully simple, or maybe awfully hard, to realizing what a great player he is, but that's the only chance you've got. Blackman follows his own miss in. Only Blackman's second hoop, but he's up to 5, and we're back to even.
Look what Dick Motta has done to try to get Vincent started. He's put him on the floor with the rest of the starters, hoping that maybe Jay can get started on the floor with other scorers.
And it sat down Sam Perkins. Magic looking for the screen. Can't get it to go, but Donaldson knocked the ball out of bounds, but was fouled by Jabbar. That's a big call. For just a moment, it looked like Jack Madden was going to call James Donaldson's third. And if Donaldson gets into foul difficulty, who are they going to put on Jabbar?
Well, who's on him now?
Donaldson.
Yeah, but it certainly doesn't seem to matter, does it?
Blackman out front. AC Green, the rookie out of Oregon State, boarding well. Johnson motoring. Now gives it Back to the perimeter to a wide open Michael Cooper, who doesn't miss this one, and Cooper now up to 4 as the Lakers take the lead back.
Look at what the Lakers do here. A little press to keep the ball out of Brad Davis's hands. They know Dallas likes to start plays with Davis, so Cooper one-man presses him out of the offense.
Plus they make Blackman work hard when he's not really trying to get his shot off. You're going to see the foul called here on AC Green, and that'll put the Mavericks into the penalty. With 5:17 to go, Dallas has only been whistled for 2 team fouls this quarter. And Brad Davis, their best free throw shooter at the line, 87% in the regular season, 87% in the free throws in the playoffs. And he will try to knot it one more time.
Strange, isn't it, that Davis lights up Utah with that great game in the 4th game of the series. 8 for 8 from the floor, 5 3-pointers, and has only 1 basket in the 2 games against LA, the 2 games following that great performance in Utah.
And so far in the entirety of this playoffs, Derek Harper's played 212 minutes coming into the night to only 89 for Brad Davis. Green out front as Pat Riley gives his rookie a long look here in the first half. Magic with the ball, works against Blackman, posts him up, takes him inside, and scores with a little spin move. And Magic now up to 4 as we continue to seesaw back and forth from a tie game to Lakers by 2. And again, Dallas forces Rolando Blackman to dribble the ball into the front court.
That's Cooper's one-man press that's doing that, forcing Blackman to work hard just to get the ball up the floor.
Vincent against Magic. Shot clock is winding down. It's down to 5. And Jay will pull the trigger.
Oh, huge hoop for Dallas. Huge hoop for Vincent.
Jay, who was 1 for 7 Wednesday night, gets on the board here. A little over halfway through the second quarter. And again, we are tied for the 8th time. Johnson. Offensive foul against Magic Johnson. Magic can't believe it. And Magic's been in foul difficulty in the 2 prior games of this series. That is only his first. I don't think Magic thought that call was going to go against him, but you could see him pushing off with the right hand.
Notice the tempo of this game. It's slowed down dramatically. We're going to have a game that's about 50-50 at the half at this pace, and that's way beneath the tempo of these 2 teams usually.
McGuire and Green going after it, and AC Green is going to be called for another foul. That's a tough assignment for Green to try to stay with McGuire in the low post, and Mark's taking him down low. And the Lakers obviously realized that, and they returned Maurice Lucas to the game.
3 years ago, Aguirre would have gotten called for the hook there because he bumped a little himself. But it's a measure of the respect Aguirre's getting as an offensive player that he's getting more and more of these called so that he shoots instead of going the other way.
Mark now up to 15 and 3 of 4 from the line. And now it's the Mavericks by 2. And Worthy is back in for the Lakers for Michael Cooper. Magic again with the ball, and again he'll drive. This one won't go. Aguirre with the board. Ahead to Blackman. He's fouled by Byron Scott. And that's number 3 on Scott. And the Mavericks continue their parade to the foul line this quarter. This will be attempt 7 and 8. The Lakers have attempted 1 free throw this period.
One other subtle thing is happening. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came back in the game with 7:25 left in this quarter. There's now about 3.5 left, and Jabbar has only 2 points. The flow of the ball into Jabbar, for some reason, has stopped.
That might be by design. Pat Riley's obviously established the fact Kareem can score, but he also knows in a playoff game he's got to get other people involved in his offense.
Well, if I were Pat, I'd go back and design it back the way he had it in the first quarter for a couple of buckets here.
Well, he just lost Byron Scott, who was the second high scorer tonight for the Lakers with 8. Scott leaves after picking up his 3rd foul, and Michael Cooper returns. Meanwhile, Blackman now up to 7, and Pat Riley will stop play with a timeout. 3:37 to go before the half. Kareem misses with a left-handed hook. Maurice Lucas slips in for the offensive board, puts it through, and the Lakers are back to within 2.
That's something we haven't seen a lot tonight. Next to the Mavericks' credit, they've been keeping the Los Angeles Lakers off the offensive board.
Aguirre loses the handle on the ball. And here's Jay Vincent working against Lucas. From long range.
That jump shot he hit a couple minutes ago could be a critical shot in this game if Jay gets it cooking.
And again, the Maverick lead is at 4. We're under 3 minutes to go. And the Lakers just have not been able to get into the transition tonight. Lucas with a couple of fakes and then puts the ball into the basket.
What's Lucas trying to get Jay off the floor for? Jay can't get off the floor. You know, it'd be one thing if Jay were a leaper, you know, and Lucas are trying to fake him off his feet.
Aguirre in traffic. Mavericks swing it. Vincent inside. Brad Davis. Ball comes free to Cooper, to Magic, who will take it coast to coast, lay it in, and is fouled by Jay Vincent. Boy, I tell you what, the Lakers got away with a lot of contact at the other end. And here Vincent is called for a very minor reach, but Magic will go to the line to attempt to finish off the three-point play and give the Lakers the lead back. Magic has 6, is only a 68% foul shooter, but that is mainly because of all of those misses at the end of game 2. He was 7th in the NBA in free throw shooting in the regular season.
Big run here by the Lakers.
Worthy and Davis. Brad saves it for the Mavericks, but again the shot clock winding down.
Oh, they
Vincent
let a travel go.
This one is short, but Donaldson with the offensive rebound. Blackman with the offensive board. And somehow snakes it around Kareem. A 6-point period for Rose, up to 9.
Unlike the Lakers to be letting that many offensive boards go.
And so far, a very even and tight first half. Played in various runs. Kareem double team. Lucas underneath scores in his foul. That's what they always say about Kareem. Not only is he such a great scorer, but he is so good at reading the double team. And you saw the huge mismatch. Brad Davis trying to stay with Maurice Lucas. And Lucas will now get a chance for the three-point play. Mavericks spell Brad Davis by returning Derek Harper.
Well, the Mavericks got in that situation because that was the double team on Kareem, and they chose to double team with the weak side forward. When he goes to Kareem, the weak side guard has got to shut off the pass back to the weak side to the man Aguirre left.
Only 3 free throw attempts in this period for LA. The Mavericks are perfect 8 of 8 this quarter. Aguirre drives on Worthy. In fact, he just drives around James Worthy. And Aguirre now the leading scorer in the game with 17.
And so quietly.
Lucas out front nails another jumper, and Maurice Lucas with 8 off the bench, all in this quarter. And the Lakers are ahead by 1, under a minute to go. Perkins will drive around Lucas. Gets his own rebound. Lucas hauls this one down to Magic. Magic yo-yoing all the way, gives it up to Worthy, crashes into Perkins, no call. And Worthy scores, he's up to 8.
The fans wanted a palming violation against Johnson. I think the officials ruled that the ball was ticked by a Dallas defender as Johnson drove through.
Then they wanted the charge on Worthy,
which they probably should have gotten.
Blackman.
There's a travel they don't call.
Worthy runs it down in the corner, and the Lakers can basically play for the last shot of the half. About a half a second difference between the game and shot clock. LA will apparently take the lead into the locker room. As we go under 10 seconds.
Pat Riley seeing illegal defense against Dallas.
Magic hadn't given it up yet. Now in trouble. Gets it to Jabbar, who beats the clock and scores.
My.
Kareem gets the perimeter jumper at the buzzer. He ends the first half now as the leading scorer with 18.
Welcome to Group 2.
Why are you here?
I had a run-in with a space alien.
Being carried by Jabbar, as you heard Bill and Bob Wise talking. 9 of 13. He also leads them on the glass with 5 boards. Magic leads all assist people with 8. That's no real surprise. Aguirre leads the Mavericks in that category with 4, and James Donaldson has 7 rebounds to top everybody in that category. We mentioned Blackman's 3 of 12. Magic was only 3 of 10 in the first half, and we return to action with the Mavericks pressing the Lakers, who own the ball and the lead. And they look for the big fella who puts it on the floor, glides in, and he's now up to 20, and the Mavericks are making it awfully simple for Kareem.
In his career, Kareem has now scored 4,685 points in the playoffs. The Dallas team franchise in the playoffs has 2,300 points, a little less than half of what Kareem's got.
Michael Cooper is in there to start a guard spot along with Magic, so Byron Scott begins this half on the bench. Mavericks reach in but get called for the foul. It goes against Derek Harper, his first. You see Dick Motta up as we take another look. Looked like Harper got a lot of ball.
Yeah, backside. Hard to tell from this angle, but the palm of the hand got on the ball. Whether the arm crossed Rambis's wrist or not was hard to tell. But in a game where a lot of calls like that have been let go by the officials, it's hard to justify a call like that.
Interesting choice by Pat Riley to start Michael Cooper. Byron Scott, who was 2 for 3 and had attempted 5 of the Lakers team total of 7 free throws in the first half. Not in there. Rambis's 2 free throws now build it up to a Laker game high 9-point advantage.
I think Riley would rather have Blackman shut off than the offense Scott gives him, though, and Cooper's done such a terrific job on Blackman for the first half.
The run carried over from the first half, now 10 straight for the Lakers, and Rolando Blackman brings that to an end as he goes into double figures with 11 points, and the Mavericks are back to within 7. Worthy.
Oh my, he just gets that shot off so quickly.
Worthy now 5 for 8 from the field and 10 points. That is his trademark. Blackman gives it up to Harper. Now they rotate it to Aguirre, who's very short, and Kareem, flat-footed, grabs the rebound. And here comes the Magic Man as the Lakers look for their first double-digit lead of the night. Great pass to Rambis down low, but the Mavericks make the defensive play. Worthy, Rambis on the offensive boards, Donaldson with the rebound. So the Mavericks dodge a couple of bullets, and Blackman goes the other way. Cooper in the open court, and Magic puts on the brakes. Bounce pass to Cooper.
Won't see that very often, will you? Magic saying, hey, let's slow this down.
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with the frenetic pace here. And here's Jabbar out front with the hook. Aguirre with the rebound. Kareem thought he was fouled. Here's Harper.
They're going to call Kareem, and no.
Michael Cooper gets called for the foul. Cooper can't believe it out front. Boy, Derek Harper nearly ran up the back of Jabbar. Derek got into the front court so quickly. Kareem trotting up and still talking to the officials about what he thought was a missed foul call. Almost had Harper run up his back. As it was, the foul was called on Cooper out front.
The Lakers mesmerize you. They're so pretty. They flow up and down the floor, and you start watching them and you think the Jack Nicholson's in the corner, and look at Kareem and look at Magic, and suddenly you look up at the board and you say to yourself, my God, we're down 8 points.
Now, you don't even see Michael Cooper in that picture, and he gets called for the foul. Michael Cooper never got within 3 feet of Derek Harper. A bizarre foul call, but a good break for the Mavericks.
Yet one more note, though, on how everybody plays their role on the Lakers. Cooper wasn't going to protest, because if he protested, the foul would have been on a Kareem or Magic.
Again, Jabbar misses the skyhook, and the Mavericks get it back and look to get back to within 5.
Just once, I wish we'd see a shot of Pat Riley with his hair mussed up.
Derek Harper on the right side. Aguirre out front. In and out. Jabbar gets his hands on it, but fumbles the ball out of bounds. And Kareem, glaring down at official Hugh Hollins, thought he was pushed from the back by Donaldson. With Kareem and Worthy both with those goggles are rather menacing looking.
They'd be menacing without him.
Perkins drives inside. Had that one 3/4 the way down, but Donaldson saves it, and they go way up top to Harper. Blackman against Cooper. Lakers tip it out, but Derek Harper's there to haul it in, and he will launch. Mavericks are within 5 as Harper, coming off his career playoff high 19 points Wednesday, now up to 12. Cooper. Flat jump shot boarded by Donaldson. Aguirre to the baseline, off the glass. marks first points of the half. And it's a three-point game as the Mavericks with their first run of the third quarter. Worthy to Cooper. JABBAR. Kareem's got 22. Here's Harper beating the Lakers to the other end. And here's Magic, will try to do the same thing at the other end of the floor, but he has to pull out as Dallas gets back defensively. JABBAR. 24 for Kareem, and Donaldson just not really making an attempt to stop him.
Well, the idea is shut the skyhook off, make him go left, and Kareem's so accomplished at that, it's just as dangerous as the skyhook.
Oh, AGUIRRE just flies by Kurt Rambis, and AGUIRRE now up to 21. Yeah, make him go left, but he's getting the ball so close to the basket, Norm, that when he turns left, it's a layup.
Well, see, when they do it at an open floor like that, there's no one to help as he spins left. That's the problem.
Here's Magic, gets the screen. Air ball. Kareem saves it out to near midcourt. Magic can't come up with it, but they're going to rule Dallas touched the ball. Hugh Holland says Dallas touched the ball, and the Lakers will retain possession as Dick Motta, obviously frustrated, looks on. Boy, that was either the worst call you've ever seen or the gutsiest call in this arena. JABBAR. Harper from behind. That was a call for the foul.
That was a frustration foul by Derek Harper. He just swatted at JABBAR just to make him shoot a little bit. I think Harper's a little frustrated by the officiating. I think Dallas is a little frustrated. But these are the playoffs. You can't let something like that get to your draw. You've got to keep playing the basketball game.
It's JABBAR's first trip to the foul line tonight. It is his 172nd playoff game. He is third all-time in that category, and no doubt will be leading that category when he hangs it up. Kareem, an 81% foul shooter here in the second season. 8 already this quarter and 26 for the game. And again, it's a 5-point Laker advantage. Perkins to Blackman. Donaldson leans into Kareem. Now he hooks. Foul is called on JABBAR. And JABBAR with an expression that pretty well sums up his feelings.
What's happening now is that players from both sides are getting a little frustrated because Madden and Hollins have lost some of their consistency. Say what you will about them in the first half, they were fairly consistent. They haven't been very consistent in the first 5 minutes.
James Donaldson with 10 rebounds already in this ball game, and he is 30 of 32 from the free throw line. Coming into tonight, had gotten to the foul line as many times as Mark AGUIRRE, and that was the best on the Mavericks team. This for a guy who they just don't run any plays for. And he misses the free throw here and stays at 4 points for the night.
As a matter of fact, I talked to Brad Davis before the game, and I said, how many plays do you have, and how many have the center as a viable option? He said, we have maybe 20 or 25 plays, and maybe on 3 of them is the center a real option.
Magic and Harper make contact. Nothing called. AC Green is into the ball game for Rambis. They get it to JABBAR, down low to Green.
Kareem is so good. So good.
You just run out of descriptive adjectives after a while.
Yeah, what do you say about him?
Harper. And Harper's on a roll this quarter. He's got 8, and he's up to 16. He's outscored Magic 16-7.
Two-man game. Kareem coming across on the base.
Boy, JABBAR handling the ball every time down for the Lakers. Harper makes the defensive play. Great open court steal by Derek Harper to Perkins. And he's fouled by James Worthy. What a play by Derek Harper to foil the skyhook attempt by JABBAR. We'll go to a timeout.
You're watching Team Day, the greatest moments of the Dallas Mavericks on NBA TV.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
Find the nearest beauty supply store.
Okay, here's what I found.
florist, party store, pet store.
Get it back to within 2, and he is 2 for 2 at the stripe. 75% foul shooter in the playoffs so far. Dallas 6 of their first 12 to open this half. Lakers 5 of 9.
There was a point about 3 minutes ago where the Lakers appeared to be on the verge of blowing this game open. They led 62-51, and then Dallas picked up the tempo defensively a little bit. Kareem missed a couple of shots. The Mavericks have gotten a couple of running opportunities, and if Perkins hits this one, they will have outscored the Lakers 15-8 over the last 3 minutes. That's the proper kind of run. Alan, you love to see the 6-0s or 8-0s, but what you like to see is a nice dominance within a flow.
Perkins can make only 1 of 2. Neither team made any changes during that timeout.
A lot of playing time for AC Green, eh?
Yeah. He has gotten a lot of time tonight. Byron Scott now up off the Laker bench. We'll check in the next dead ball. Magic backs down Harper. Double team. Goes up and rattles it in off the glass. 9 points now for Magic, who is the NBA's all-time assist leader, only in his 7th season. You figure he'll set a mark that'll be impossible to break by the time he's through.
He's also the all-time playoff assist leader already.
That's what I meant to say if I didn't. He was the all-time playoff assist leader. Perkins inside, fouled as he goes to the hole.
By the way, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is 5th all-time in assists in the playoffs.
Says something for longevity. Scott in for Cooper. Worthy gets called for his 3rd in the 4th of the quarter against the Lakers. And what a clean game this remains. You realize we've had only 10 turnovers total, 4 for Dallas and 6 for the Lakers. And Perkins back at the stripe. As the Mavericks again try to get to within 3.
Sam Perkins, in 2 years now, has never had less than 7 rebounds in a playoff game.
And he's got 9 points on 2 baskets and 5 free throws. They're daring Green to shoot, and he won't. Magic has to go back near midcourt to find the handle on the ball. Shot clock is under 10. And Magic has to pull the trigger from the perimeter, and he's up to 11. But the Mavericks doing a better job that time of denying JABBAR the ball.
Well, you'd rather have Magic with the push shot from 20 than JABBAR with the skyhook from 9.
We're under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Blackman looking low for Perkins. JABBAR gets some body on him. And Kareem gets called for his 3rd. That's the 5th of the quarter against the Lakers. As Perkins along the baseline made contact, and again Sam Perkins will go to the stripe.
The measure of respect that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar draws is significant. He just got his 3rd foul. There's only 17 minutes to go in the game. He's not going to foul out, and yet this arena applauded almost wildly with the thought that, gee, just maybe we can get him in foul trouble.
Sam Perkins stays after it. He comes in tonight averaging 16 points and 10 boards here in the playoffs, and now into double figures with 11 and 4 straight free throws. And again, the Mavericks are within 3. Well, if you're not going to respect Kareem, I don't know who you would respect. Worthy leans in and forces it somehow into the basket, and James Worthy with a hard-earned 12. And again, it's Lakers by 5. Perkins will drive. Bad looking shot. AC Green with the rebound in traffic. Always looking for Magic. Scott, who hasn't had the good shooting hand tonight.
Check your scorebook. How many points for Mark Aguirre this quarter?
4.
Look at who's on it.
AC Green, and here's Aguirre with the ball. Now Magic comes over to give some double team help. Kareem pulls down the miss to Magic.
That's why AC Green's in the basketball game.
And Magic with the push. Thank you very much. Magic warming to the task with 6 in this quarter, and the Lakers stretch it back out to 7.
Look at how far Aguirre's having to get the perimeter to get the ball and not getting the easy drive like he was getting the first half against Worthy or Rambis.
Harper continues to light it up this period. 10 in the quarter, 18 for the game. That is within one of his playoff best, which he set Wednesday night with 19. And here's Magic again.
Red hot.
Boy, it's the point guards quarter. 8 for Johnson, 10 for Harper in this period.
And Blackman, who had only 3 baskets in the first half, has only 1 this quarter.
AC Green fouls AGUIRRE on the drive, and that'll send Mark to the line where he is 3 of 4. Detlef Schrempf checks in for Rolando Blackman, who is struggling this evening with 11.
Talk for a minute with me about Pat Riley as a coach. You know, he just goes with what's working. I don't think AC Green thought he was going to play 3 minutes tonight, and he's logged about 20 so far. It's because Riley has noticed Green's having some effect on AGUIRRE this quarter. He had it late in the second quarter. He's letting him play.
Oh, I don't get me started on that. We haven't got enough time. I think Pat Riley is probably the most underrated coach in the league. And I think the Lakers defensively may be the most underrated team in the NBA. They make you work. I think they're a very well-drilled coach. So many people think, oh, Pat Riley, he just throws the ball out there and lets Magic and Kareem do their thing. It's a lot more complicated than that. Mavericks have gotten Vincent in for Sam Perkins. AC Green left alone, and that's why Schrempf, who just checked in for Blackman, comes down with the board. Loses the handle on it in traffic, gets it back, but throws it right to Magic.
I wonder how long Schrempf will play. After a turnover in the first half, Dick Quick hooked him.
Magic again. 10-point period for the Magic Man, Irvin Johnson.
What can you say?
The Lakers do have the weapons.
And his 10 have come in a row.
And again, Mark goes to work on AC Green. But the shot not there this quarter. And here comes Magic again. Harper's not going to let him have that outside shot. He is dogging him, so Magic will drive. Foul was called on Harper. They will not give Magic the continuation. That's the 3rd on Derek and the 3rd on the Mavericks this period. Scott loses Brad Davis down low and scores, and the Lakers now have a 10-point lead again. JABBAR leads all scorers with 26. He's also got 10 rebounds. And Kareem has not been called upon to board in this series. Averaged only 4.5 coming in, but he's done it for him tonight. Lucas is in for the Lakers, and he pesters Vincent. And they go low to Donaldson. He throws in a nice-looking hook from out front, and James up to 7. And I have a feeling that that play was designed possibly to get Kareem to pick up his 4th personal. Schrempf dogs Magic. Lucas drives, loses the ball. Vincent with a nice reach in to Brad Davis, who's checked in for Derek Harper, and Brad gets called for the double dribble, and Brad's hot.
That's a good call. I'm telling you that the Mavericks don't like it, and Brad Davis doesn't like it. But as he dribbled, the ball brushed his leg, and that technically is a termination of the dribble. If you then continue dribbling, that's a double dribble.
And Hugh Holland showing real restraint and not giving Brad Davis a technical foul. Schrempf bumps Magic out front. JABBAR puts it on the floor. Had too much mustard on the sky hook. Brad Davis goes to the floor but can't save it. And we'll go under a minute on this possession. And Schrempf at 6'10", trying to stay with Magic. And now Lucas posts up AGUIRRE as they muscle each other. And Maurice Lucas gets called for the offensive foul. And Luke not very happy with the call.
Maurice Lucas' famous quote, "If I played me and I did to me what I do to other people, I'd be mad too."
The enforcer gets a foul enforced on him, and the Mavericks try to cut it to 6. And again, they go low to Donaldson, who rattles another one around. And James now up to 9. And we're under 30 seconds in the 3rd as the Mavericks have scrambled back to within 6.
I'll wager there'll be more plays in the Maverick playbook next year for the center because of James Donaldson's presence.
Magic throws it away. He's yelling that Detlef Schrempf hit the ball, and now Madden and Hugh Hollins are going to disagree. And I think we're going to have a jump ball. Madden out front saw Shrimp touching the ball. Hollins underneath saw Magic throw it away. Boy, from the angle we had, it looked like Magic just lost the handle on it.
Definitely, Shrimp didn't come close to touching the ball.
Officials disagree, so we'll jump it. Byron Scott comes down with it and walks with the ball. And Mark Aguirre was about to get called for the reach, but they called the travel first, so Dallas will get it back with 18 seconds. And that may have been a makeup by Jack Madden, who may have thought about it and realized he blew the call.
Well, give Madden credit. He's evened it out. The team that has the ball should have the ball for the last possession.
Blackman is back into the game for Donaldson, and the Lakers take JABBAR out and put Kurt Rambis in. And the Mavericks play for the final shot of the quarter. Down by 6.
Well, they could be 4 down. This would be terrific for the Mavericks, considering where they were most of the period.
Under 5. Davis drives. Scores, and it's fouled. Brad Davis all but forgotten in this series after the great game a week ago tonight to help the Mavericks close out the Utah series. Has a chance for a 3-point play with 4 seconds to go in the third. The foul is on AC Green, his 4th.
Dallas now switches their offensive lineup for their defensive lineup. Harper, Donaldson back on the floor, and Davis could cut this to 3.
Brad's first hoop of the ball game and his second of the series.
This would mean Dallas would in effect win. Oh, he misses it.
But Blackman with the offensive board. Yes! A 4-point play for the Mavericks. Rambis to Magic, who'll hurl it from 3/4 of the court. And Dallas closed with a flurry. And at the end of 3/4, the Mavericks, who run off the last 8 here in the third, have closed it to within 2.
The future is Nacho Fries.
The taste sensation Nacho Fries is back, now with delicious bonus content. The Nacho Fries box set, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
I got print, and I got 19 referrals.
I got 12 new students. I got 9 new listings.
I got print, and I got 500 business cards for just under $9.
GotPrint.com specializes in high-quality, full-color business cards.
Going into this period.
It's got the crowd back in the game also. But the Lakers, you got to give them credit. This is a club that's weathered runs like this before. Key to this game is going to be how well Dallas can now weather what is obviously going to be an LA run back.
Well, Aguirre turns it over to start the period, and Magic takes it all the way down. Is fouled as he went inside. And that's going to be on Jay Vincent. Mavericks again stacked it up at the free throw line. 9 of 13 in that quarter to only 4 of 4 for the Lakers. So Dallas with a 10-point edge at the foul line. Lakers continue to fire away at a 58% rate for the game. Dallas up to 48%. And Magic cooperates. 7 of 12 Wednesday night and 1 of 2 from the line this evening. He's up to 18. The lead is at 3, and Brad Davis stays in to run the Dallas offense, and Detlef Schrempf stays in at the off guard.
Key period here for Dallas. They're resting Perkins, Harper, and Blackman.
And JABBAR out of the game for the Lakers. Brad Davis gives it up to Aguirre. Low to Schrempf, who is tagged by Lucas. They're going to rule that was a shooting foul.
The one nice thing about Maurice Lucas is when he commits a foul, there's very little debate.
Not much doubt about it. Good ball movement here by the Mavericks. Davis, who penetrates on the drive, kicks it out to Aguirre, who gets it low to Schrempf, who makes the first free throw, and that's his first point of the game.
Schrempf, though he doesn't get many minutes per minute coming into this game for the Lakers series, was the Mavericks' second best shooter, third best rebounder, and fourth best assist man. Things happen when Schrempf's on the floor.
It's a 1-point game. Schrempf 8 of 12 from the line in the playoffs. And the Lakers out on the perimeter. Lucas drives, backs down Vincent, waits for the traffic to clear, scores, and is fouled.
They got Schrempf on the help for brushing the arm of Maurice Lucas down on the base.
But only the first foul of the game on Detlef. That's why you see all those little up fakes that Maurice goes through before he actually gets rid of the ball.
Well, see, Shrimp now, you can fake him off his feet.
And Lucas again contributing off the bench tonight with 11. Vincent to Brad Davis. Scott with the rebound. And while Lucas has contributed 11 off the bench for the Lakers, Dallas has only 4 from Jay Vincent again tonight. Magic being tightly checked by Shrimp. And now Worthy. Scott out front.
Not a good shot at all.
Donaldson underneath, and Maurice Lucas has picked up his 4th. Team fouls are even at 2 with 10:31 to go.
Shrimp getting the time at the big guard. Now you say, where's Ellis? Well, they need Magic stopped. That's what Shrimp's in there for.
Vincent throws it away, but Donaldson able to chase it down. Now gives it back to Jay. Forced farther outside, misses again, and Byron Scott pulls it down, and Vincent just can't get it done offensively for the Mavericks.
Look at Shrimp up in Magic space. That's his job.
Oh, nice running hook by Worthy. But you know that the negative trade-off for that is, Norm, is that it keeps Rolando Blackman on the bench.
Yeah, your scoring goes. That's where Aguirre and Vincent have to put the ball in the hole now.
And here's Aguirre trying to do just that on a drive against Rambis. Scores in his foul, and Aguirre up to 24.
Well, what a critical hoop. You reach points in the game where the game may be about to break. Dallas down 6 and desperate to shut off the Lakers' reverse run, which has happened to start this period, and Aguirre drowns the hook.
Mavericks just refuse to wither and die. They have played another strong game tonight. Blackman is back in.
Back for Shrimp. Just as you noted, the Mavericks weren't getting the offense from that big guard spot, so they go back to their star.
Worthy. Boy, is he quick or what? He's got 16. You know what's interesting is the Mavericks are going with Donaldson in the middle in a period of the game while Kareem is on the bench.
And you notice when Kareem goes out, who takes over? James again.
Aguirre outside. Brad Davis can't keep it alive. Magic Johnson pulls it down ahead to Byron Scott. That is a typical Laker possession when things are going well. Dick Motta will call a time with 9:09 to go. And the Laker lead over the Mavericks has been pushed back up to 7 points. Well, Aguirre's got 25. That's tops for the Mavericks, and only 1 off game high, which still belongs to Kareem with 26. Blackman has 13. Actually, Derek Harper is second high score in the Mavericks with 18 points. For the Lakers, it drops off from 26 for Kareem to 18 for Magic.
Harper and Aguirre on the bench as Dallas continues to go with Jay Vincent.
And Perkins is back in. And an illegal defense call against the Lakers.
Oh, and a technical against Riley, I think.
No, I think the technical is for the illegal D. Pat protesting, but Hugh Hollins was going to call the technical anyway because it's automatic. It's the 3rd violation of the night.
Oh, what I saw was Hollins signal a T and then point to Riley, and apparently he was signaling technical and telling Pat to sit down.
And of course, you see Pat Riley getting in an animated discussion with Hugh Hollins. Not many coaches will agree when an official calls an illegal D. That continues to be a very gray area, the guidelines and how they're enforced. Mavericks with the ball. They've cut it now to 6 after the technical. Perkins looking for Vincent Lowe against Worthy. Jay just can't connect. Wanted a foul but didn't get it. And the Lakers continue to go with Kareem on the bench and continue to hold on to the lead. Lucas. It's it back to Magic. Shot clock is down to 5. Magic from the perimeter. Mavericks fight for the ball, but manage to save it. And Brad Davis ahead to Vincent. And finally, Vincent gets something to go, the layup, but a lot of credit to Brad Davis and Rolando Blackman. A, for hustling to save the ball, and then Brad for picking up the fact that Vincent had cheated back. It's a 4-point game.
But out of the timeout, the Mavericks had done what they needed. They've gotten that 7 points down to 4.
Scott can't connect down low, and Donaldson is there. And Kareem is at the scorer's table. Blackman into traffic. Worthy went down, and I believe he's going to be called for his 4th personal and the 4th team foul against the Lakers.
Worthy looked to be stock still there, quite frankly, but it's hard. You're never going to get the charge when the driver hits your side. You've got to pretty much square up with the man entering the paint to get the call your way.
Foul difficulties. Worthy and Lucas with 4 for the Lakers. No Maverick has more than 3, and only Derek Harper has that many. So fouls not really a subplot at this point, as Blackman goes to the line and Jabbar returns for Rambis.
These 2 free throws would get Dallas in position.
Rose a perfect 4 of 4 from the line.
Now the game breaks down to possession at a time.
And there you see Blackman with that free throw, becomes the first Maverick to ever score 500 points in the postseason. It's a 2-point game with 7:49 to go. Worthy with the ball and the basket, and Worthy's now up to 18.
I think the Lakers believe that Worthy can score on Perkins when they need it.
And that's a matchup the Mavericks really were counting on defensively from Sam. Vincent kicks it back to Brad Davis. Now over to Perkins. Sam with one of those long floating jumpers, and Perkins is up to 13, but his first basket since the first quarter. Lucas.
First quarter, he'd have taken that shot.
Oh, Kareem with the left hand, not effective. And that's why the Mavericks want to push him left. Brad Davis. That ties it.
Expect the Lakers to go to the bread and butter here. This is what got him here.
JABBAR in jail. Goes up top to Scott. Scores, and it's foul. The foul. I'm not sure who it's on. Brad Davis, his second. Third on the Mavericks, and Scott with a chance for a key 3-point play. And again, the Mavericks right there at the lip, and the Lakers deny him the chance to take the lead as Magic sits down.
Strategic substitution by Riley, trying to get Magic maybe a minute's worth of rest before he brings him back in the final for the final 5.
And Michael Cooper is back into the game for the Lakers.
The substitution there, Allen. Riley, knowing a timeout's coming, he can get Magic a lot of rest without much time going off the clock.
Kareem blocked it, but right back down to Donaldson, who jams it in, and the Mavericks are within 1.
Are you surprised by how well James Donaldson's played in these playoffs?
Not really. I thought he would play well. I'm just surprised that Dallas hasn't gotten any more involved in the offense. Scott. Ball comes down to Worthy. Can't finish it. Donaldson with another rebound. Mavericks can take the lead. Perkins. Oh. And JABBAR.
Not really the shot you wanted out of your offense, quite frankly.
But he had it about halfway down for a jump back out. And now the Lakers will try to fend off Dallas one more time.
McGuire about to return for Dallas.
JABBAR low with the skyhook. He nailed that one, and he's up to 28. It's a 3-point lead again as we go under 5.5 minutes. The Mavericks in a must-win situation if they're realistically to have a shot in this series. Foul away from the ball will go on Byron Scott, or is it Lucas?
I think Lucas low Blackman.
That's big on 2 counts. It's his 5th, and it's also the 5th against the Lakers. So the Mavericks will have the penalty for the rest of the game as we take another look at Blackman coming through right there.
Ooh. Oh. Granite shoulder of Maurice Lucas tears into Roe Blackman.
You know, we're not doing a timeout right here because the Mavericks called one at the 9:09 mark. Magic is back. Lucas sits down. Blackman will again try to make it a 1-point game. So Riley got Magic his minutes worth of rest, then gets him right back in. And the Lakers with the 3-guard look that they had down the stretch Wednesday night of Scott, Cooper, and Magic.
They're so comfortable with Cooper, though, who may be called a guard, but jumps so well and plays so well defensively that he can cover almost any forward in the league except the monsters. Johnson, same is true of him. Oh, tough miss there.
First miss of the night for Rowe after 6 makes from the line. And it's a 2-point game. Magic against Harper, who's back in place of Brad Davis. Cooper from about 18 feet straight on, and Michael Cooper with 6. That's a big one. Cooper playing in his 410th consecutive regular and postseason game. Michael Cooper on Aguirre right here. Blackman will drive. Thought he would get a foul call. Ball batted around to Worthy to Byron Scott. 3 players are on the floor at the other end. Scott fouled by Harper out front. That's his 4th and the 4th on the Mavericks.
Yeah, good call. Got Scott right on the wrist as he let the jumper go. The Mavericks, as you've said before, climb that hill, get there, fall back. Climb it, fall back. Climb it, fall back. Problem is, against a team like the Lakers, you wonder how many times you're going to climb it once you've fallen back.
Boy, Derek Harper really bailed out the Lakers there as everyone was in disarray with 3 players on the floor. One of them was Magic. I think it was Aguirre and Blackman were the other 2. Anyway, Scott's at the line where he's 5 of 6 tonight, making 5 of 7. Scott holding at 15 points, and the Laker lead is at 4.
These are critical points because there's so much of a difference in being 5 down and 7 and 4 down and 6 as you come down the stretch. Those single points so change the face of a game.
Mavericks, who have not led since 50-49 in the first half, and now down by 5 as we go under 4.5 minutes. Cooper, but the Lakers touched it last. Dallas will inbound it with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Well, you can feel the tension.
Yeah, Dallas had one chance to lead in this game, and that was Sam Perkins' little running hook about 2 minutes ago that didn't go. And the Lakers have come off that to go back up by 5.
They go up top to Blackman with Magic on him. Now low to Aguirre. Blackman will drive. Perkins. Magic loses the handle on it, and the Mavericks retain possession.
Boy, too bad. Sam is so quick and so active. James would have had a slam there, but Sam knocked the ball out of his hands on the offensive boards.
Now the Mavericks with a new 24, and Aguirre. Oh, that's his shot.
He is so tough at pressure time.
27 for Aguirre. And it's a 3-point game. JABBAR gives it up to the open man. Cooper.
Not their shot at all.
Forced it, and Aguirre's there for the rebound.
Well, I don't think Pat Riley likes the game in crunch time with Michael Cooper shooting. I don't think he's very comfortable with that.
And Aguirre with the ball again. He's fouled by Worthy. That's number 5 on Worthy. In fact, he said it was too many of these situations. That's why he quit coaching last year. Mark misses them both. And that hurts a lot.
Hello, coffin nails. 2 tough losses, two tough misses there for Dallas.
Worthy with 5 fouls and the ball. Shot clock winding down on the Lakers again. Magic may not be able to beat it. Blocked by Donaldson. To Blackman. Scott with the board. Orlando let that finger roll go a little bit too far out front.
Yeah, he needed one more dribble. Foul on Magic. Yes, it is. Jack Madden calls it.
It is an offensive foul on Magic, his second. 2:56 to go. Dallas with the ball down by 3. Neither team distinguishing themselves on the offensive end right here. But once again, the tension in this building is incredible. Aguirre. Oh. And JABBAR with the board.
Mavericks
Pat Riley yelling at Magic Johnson as to what he wants to do on this possession.
Mavericks have missed 2 Aguirre free throws, a Blackman driving layup, and an Aguirre jumper. You can't say they haven't had their chance to catch and pass LA.
JABBAR passes deflected away to Mark Aguirre. Harper throws it to Cooper to Scott, and the Mavericks come up empty. Oh my.
4 trips with nothing where they could have easily had 8.
Oh boy. We wind down toward the 2-minute mark. Neither team has scored in what seems like forever. Magic with the screen. Can't get it down. And you can hear we're under 2 minutes. Mavericks will call a timeout. They've got the ball. 1:58 to go.
Does this make you want a Reese's? Oh, how about this? Okay, we'll stop. Just kidding.
Obviously the Mavericks 20-second timeout, so they still have, each team has 3 full timeouts. The Lakers with 3 fulls and a 20. Mavericks are 6 of 15 this quarter before the last timeout. Lakers 8 of 15, but neither team has scored since we were handed those stats. Aguirre to Blackman to Donaldson low. Perkins with the offensive board. Whistles blow, and JABBAR is going to be called for the foul.
Good work on the boards by Sam Perkins, and Dallas has a chance here. The body on Kareem. Good call. Kareem may not like the call, but it's a definite foul.
Mavericks really crashing in. You saw Harper get the offensive rebound, though it didn't count because they'd already blown the whistle. And now Perkins at the line, where he's made 4 in a row.
You know, we've talked of how many opportunities Dallas has missed. Think of all the opportunities LA has had in the last couple minutes to go ahead 5 or 7 in this game.
You can see Sam Perkins in all of the free throw attempts he has been at the line for tonight. In a minute, he'll be shooting his 10th. He has a third of the Mavericks free throw attempts this evening, and Sam, with only 3 baskets, is still up to 14 points, and he will be trying to draw the Mavericks to within 1 after Pat Riley's 22nd timeout. So now down the stretch, each team will have 3 full timeouts, neither team with their 20. As you see Jack Nicholson on the edge of his seat. He'll be back for game 4, but he's going to have a little bit more fun than the rest of us. He's going to go to the Derby tomorrow.
Who's the offensive line sitting to the right of him?
I think that's a Reunion Arena usher to keep the Maverick faithful away from Mr. Nicholson. He's having a good time. A couple of interesting looking friends he's with tonight.
Tell you what. Jack Nicholson going to climb in the Learjet, fly to Louisville, see the Derby, and come back tomorrow.
You got to do something on those off days.
Right. I mean, what is there to do in Dallas on a Saturday, right?
1-point game.
Big hoop. Hello, crunch time. Who do you think gets the ball here, Al?
The Lakers haven't scored in over 2 minutes. JABBAR. Short. Worthy. Blackman comes away with it.
Keep moving it. Keep breaking it. Don't let the Lakers set up the defense. No, it's set now.
1:15 to go. Aguirre with the ball. Look for him to drive. He gives it up to Blackman. Clock is winding down. Rowe loses it to Magic. Outlet to Worthy. To Magic in the transition. They'll finish this one off. That is classic Laker basketball. It's a 3-point game with 56 seconds to go. Mavericks lost the ball at the other end underneath. And the Lakers take it 92 feet. And here we go. Cooper reaches in. Credit the defense to Michael Cooper, the 5-time All-NBA defensive team player. And the Lakers are not going to misfire on that situation there. That is their ball game.
Dick Motta was really yelling at Derek Harper when he came back to the bench. I don't know what Derek was supposed to do there, but whatever he did, whatever happened, he didn't know what he was supposed to do. He was in a hot box there. It was 4-on-1. I can't imagine that he felt he misplayed the defensive play. 56 seconds, 3 points down. Time to go back to the horses, but Alan, maybe a fundamental mistake in retrospect. It's easy for us to sit here and say so, but when the Mavericks took that ball away, they should have broken. the Lakers had a time to set up their half-court defense, and that's a tough half-court defense.
Boy, here's an interesting number anyway. The Lakers scored. That was their first points in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Now you can say, boy, that's great. The Mavericks haven't given them any points in that much time down the stretch. But Lakers have still got the lead. And that's the first points they've scored in 2:37.
Well, this is the kind of game that if you lose it, so many people are going to go home and say, my Lord, I could have helped win that game. Mark Aguirre is going to go home and think of the free throws. Ro Blackman's going to think of the finger roll. There are so many things in a game of this magnitude that's this tight that could have turned the game.
Well, it's certainly not over yet.
Download the NBA app now.
Could he be the next guy?
Much upside as any player in this draft.
26 seconds to go, and that is an eternity in an NBA game, and especially a playoff game. Mavericks are 3 down with the ball. Neither team makes any changes during the timeout. We'll remind you to stay with us after tonight's game for the HSE post-game show.
Set up for Aguirre.
Who's got the ball. Remember, Worthy's got 5 fouls. Harper open in the corner for 3. We're tied! Derek Harper's tied the game with a 3-pointer from the corner. Harper up to 21. And how is that for a bolt of lightning?
Derek Harper did something incredibly intelligent here. When Harper passed the ball to Aguirre, and that was the play, as we mentioned, to get the ball to Mark at the top of the key and let him cook. He ducks to the left-hand corner, and when the Lakers doubled up on Aguirre, Aguirre found Harper, and he noticed the three-point line and stepped behind it.
That is Harper's third three-pointer of the playoffs. He is 3 for 6 from three-point range. He had 12 three-pointers during the regular season. If Dick Motta was angry with Derek Harper going into that timeout, I would imagine he is pleased as punch with number 12 right here.
21 points for Harper, an all-time high.
Well, that broke his all-time high set 2 nights ago when he had 19 at the Forum. Lakers have 1 timeout left. Mavericks have 1 full timeout, and there's a little bit of confusion about whether or not they have their 20 left as well. We shall see. Worthy with the ball. As the crowd chanting, beat LA. Jabbar, triple team to Scott.
Got
a three-pointer. A three-pointer for Byron Scott. That's his 3rd of the playoffs. Boy, how's a little bit of in-your-face on that? Oh, my.
Do you realize that Byron Scott is the 4th option on that play? Worthy, the top of the key, Kareem, the kick out. It's the 4th option on that play, and Scott has the utter nerve to drift behind the three-point line.
Scott now, just like Aguirre, 3 for 6 in the playoffs from three-point range, and we'll take another look as you see the ball movement. You see where Scott is. They go into Kareem. And there's Scott.
What can you say? Great players make great plays, and we've seen so many of them tonight.
28 seconds to go, and the Mavericks down by 3, and they've now got to think about a three-point shot as their first alternative coming up the floor with the ball.
What you need to do is get a good shot off in 10 to 15 seconds and get the basket. That's the key.
Vincent in to inbound the ball to Blackman, who will drive.
Got it.
Gets it off the glass. 1-point game. Lakers don't have to do anything as the shot clock's been turned off, and Blackman will foul Michael Cooper, and that is the man the Lakers wanted to get the ball in the hands of. Cooper, an 86% foul shooter, who in the entire playoffs has only shot 2 free throws, but has made them both. Well, the pictures will speak for themselves right here with 20 seconds to go.
Minor miracle number 1.
It remains a 1-point game.
Dick Motta wants a time after this shot, make it or miss it.
He missed them both. He missed them both. Sam Perkins has the rebound. Dallas has got the ball with 19 seconds left, down by a point.
Do you believe it?
It's crazy. Jack Nicholson's stunned. The Lakers are stunned.
Look at Nicholson.
Cooper, an 86% free throw shooter who had only been to the line twice in the entire postseason, misses them both, and now the door is open wide. Dallas, with a normal garden variety two-point basket, can lead this game.
So much of the season encompassed in this 19 seconds.
And Vincent remains in for Donaldson. Harper with the ball against Cooper. AGUIRRE drives, misses it. Ball is free on the floor. Harper for three. He got it! He got it with 3 seconds to go! Lakers will call time, down by 2, and Derek Harper has done it again!
Outrageous.
And you see Worthy doing all he could do. Didn't know where he was throwing it, but threw it to the wrong guy, who was standing behind the three-point line, and Harper just instinctively went for it. Here we look at it again.
Alan, if Worthy just hangs onto the ball here, it's over. If he just hangs onto it and lays on the floor, the game ends.
Well, Derek Harper's feet very close to straddling the three-point line, but they gave it to him, and that's a big point because it means Dallas is up by 2 instead of 1. Lakers have got the ball with 3 seconds left, and now both teams are out of timeout. Lakers will no doubt move it to midcourt. Derek Harper's 2 3-pointers have got him up to 24, and for the second straight game, Derek Harper has emerged as a star player for this ball team. Cooper to inbound it. Mavericks are not going to play the ball. Magic. It's over. And the Mavericks have won Game 3. Our final score is 110 to 108. The Lakers lead the series 2 games to 1.
As a child, I always wanted to be the WNBA, but I never thought I could.
Dawson shows her range.
I was shy, awkward, a little chubby. The basketball was definitely my niche.
Taken down by Dawson.
Being in the WNBA, I've been able to inspire other